everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I like to talk about books, and today I'm going to be talking about what I'll be reading for the Reading Rush. So if you don't know, the Reading Rush is an annual week-long readathon that's hosted by Ariel and Raylene. I'll be including links in the description below to all the places that you can find out everything you need to know about the Reading Rush, but I just want to jump right into my TBR. I typically don't do challenges when it comes to readathons. I like to just kind of participate in the theme broadly, and I don't want to try to restrict myself too severely to any kind of specific challenges or bingo boards or what have you, but the Reading Rush is special and I will definitely be following the challenges. It's one of the biggest readathons in the book community, so you gotta do it right if you're gonna do it. So the first challenge is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I was born in August, so my birthstone is peridot. I think that's how you say that. And so for this challenge, I will be reading The House on Mango Street. This is just a classic story and I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I thought what better time than the Reading Rush since it is very small, and small books are conducive for readathons. The second challenge is to read a book with the title that begins with the word "the," and so for that I could also use The House on Mango Street. Instead, I'm going to use The Turn of the Screw. This is another classic that I've just wanted to read for a while and also small, so it just makes sense. Especially since recently I've started getting into more horror, I want to hit on some of those classic horrors as well, so I feel like The Turn of the Screw is just one that you definitely have to hit. The next challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen. I feel like when it comes to book to movie adaptations, I've pretty much covered what I want to see or watch or read in whatever order. So this one was a little challenging for me. I was thinking of doing The Shining because I saw that movie years ago and I have been wanting to read Stephen King classics, but I think I want to save that for a little later in this year. So I'm actually just going to double up and use The Turn of the Screw because this inspired that movie that came out, I think it was last year, The Turning, which I actually haven't seen, but I will, cheat and watch it here soon before the Reading Rush actually starts, so then I can watch the movie and then read the book that inspired it loosely. The Turn of the Screw also inspired The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, which is a book that I read last year, or maybe earlier this year, sometime. And I really enjoyed that as well. So I just thought this would be a good kind of, similar way to approach this challenge. The fourth challenge is to read the first book you touch. And you can kind of interpret that however you want to interpret it. I think I'm actually going to save this for the end and then choose it right here with you guys. I have purchased a stack of thin books that would just be conducive for readathons anyway that I just wanted to read before any kind of announcement of challenges came out. And I like to read small books, so I always have small books on hand. So I'm just going to hit all the other challenges and then we'll come back, and anything that I have remaining, we'll just pick whatever the first one is that I touch. The fifth challenge is to read a book completely outside of your house, and that's another one that I could just double up on. I could read either of these books completely outside, honestly, or I think I also might just choose one of the remaining books that we have after we do the touch challenge, so we'll come back to this one as well. The sixth challenge is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. When it comes to genres that I want to read more of, it could be really anything. I mean, I want to read more of everything all the time, so this one was pretty easy to approach. I chose to go with horror, and also I definitely did want to read something from Stephen King soon, and so I decided to go with Elevation because this is very small. I don't think this is actually super horror from what I've heard people say about it. I think people have been disappointed that it wasn't actually scary. That's fine. I just want to read a Stephen King, and so I chose Elevation for this challenge. And the last challenge is to read a book that is set in a different continent from the one that you live on. I live in North America, so I could go anywhere all over the rest of the world, and I decided to go with My Sister, the Serial Killer. I've heard a lot about this book. People say great things about it, and I've just wanted to read it for a while. I believe it's set in Nigeria, if I'm correct, and it's about these two sisters. One is a serial killer and the other one cleans up her messes, and that just sounds like a good time to me. So now I have 3 books left that I have collected for readathons coming up that I can choose from. So we have Ceremonials. This is a book that is written, or it's inspired by Florence and the Machine's album Ceremonials. It's a 12-part lyric novella. And I love Florence and the Machine, and the cover was really cool, so I was convinced to pick this one up. I also have Her Body and Other Parties, which is a second, well, I think this actually came out first, memoir by Carmen Maria Machado. I just read In the Dream House recently, and it's one of my new favorite books, and so I definitely wanted to pick this one up as well. And then the third one is Heartberries. This is a memoir that I just recently heard a lot about, and it's very thin and also has a really cool cover, so I was into it. So I think I'm just going to shuffle these around so I don't know what I'm touching, close my eyes, and then see which one is the first one that I touch, and then I'll read that one. They're all pretty distinguishable though, is the problem. So maybe I should toss them? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna just, okay, and this one. Ceremonials. So I'll be reading Ceremonials as the first book that I touched. And that leaves me with these two books for the Read a Book Completely Outside of Your House challenge. And just looking at the thicknesses of them, I'll probably do this one because it is shorter and it is very hot in North Carolina right now. And I don't know how long I'll want to be outside. So I think this 120-ish page memoir will be great for reading completely outside on my patio, definitely safely socially distanced. If I do end up wanting to read this one, if I'm just in the mood, it also does have this like green ribbon on it, which is kind of paired out. So I could use this one instead of The House on Mango Street, and then I could use The House on Mango Street for the one that starts with D, and then I could use The Turn of the Screw for the movie, and then I just read more books. So basically we'll see what happens. So this is my loose TBR for the Reading Rush. It will be going on from July 20th to 26th, and I will be attempting to do the daily vlogs. I know some people do daily vlogs and post them every day, and other people kind of wait till the week's over and do like one big vlog, but I'm gonna try to do the daily vlogs. We'll see how that goes, and you can watch me read all these books and see which ones I actually stick to and which I end up choosing for the challenges. But I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to read all these books and just be really immersed in the book community for a whole week and just talking about reading, doing reading sprints, doing the photo challenges, the video challenges. I think it's gonna be really fun and I'm looking forward to it. Let me know in the comments what you'll be reading for the Reading Rush. If there's any books that are overlapping, that'll be really cool because then we can talk about them over the week while we're both reading them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.